Hello, I am what you could consider a recovering gacha addict. I tried quite a few, but I would always end up thinking, damn, everything I like about this game, I would like more if it wasn't a gacha. Then I found this video sharing basically the same opinions and recommending some game called Morimens? Well, honestly, who cares at this point? I've heard it so many times from people, trust me, this gacha is different, or dude, in this gacha they give 0.4% more resources. Yeah, I ain't falling for this. Wait, it's inspired by Lovecraft? God, I hate being a nerd. So, what is Morimens? Yeah, that's a loaded ass question. I'll try to keep it simple and only mention what is needed, but it will be a lot. Each level has a structure similar to a roguelike. Does that make it a roguelike-like? I don't know, but it's based on Slay the Spire, which is extremely complex and I have zero experience with it. This is gonna be great. Oh yeah, extremely complex perfectly describes everything in this game. Every single thing has a purpose. Every move you make must be carefully planned beforehand. You must not waste any single resource. And most of all, you have to begin planning long-term from the moment you start the game. Enter Flares, one of the best and most knowledgeable players in the game. With an active YouTube channel and a giant spreadsheet full of useful information, he's probably the voice of reason for most of the community. To the point he might have actually developed a god complex over it. It's okay, he's good, he can do that. I would even say that the first step for every new player is not to learn to navigate the game, but to learn to navigate the fucking spreadsheet. There is too much information. My brain literally expanded while trying to figure out what to do. I swear I reached some kind of enlightenment or something. So first, the most important thing to do is to learn how to use the standard banner, which, by the way, is separate from the limited ones. All units belong to one of 4 realms. Each realm plays differently and has a separate pool in the banner. This means that you can go for a bit of everything or focus on one, the latter being the recommended strategy due to a specific item. So only one realm it is, but what realm do I choose? It was such a struggle to figure this out, like, I'm really getting mixed signals here. I'll just go with what looks more interesting. Oh, what's this realm? I got it. I am gonna be pulling Ultra. Here begins my journey. Apparently, I'm a beginner investigator associated with Mythag University. My name? I know what I am.
You're fucking old trash.
Okay, that's not very nice. So basically, my character is a genius rookie with a mysterious past, and they can use the silver key to link with awakeners so they can fight shit. Awakeners are like humans with powerful abilities? I don't know, they didn't really give me an explanation here. This is Ramona. She is like very smart, I think? And she's the first person I linked with. Enemies are appearing, and that is not good. Doll, a professor, comes to get us back to work. Her name is all you need to know. She doesn't show many emotions. We also meet 2 more awakeners in the middle of a fight. Ogier, the good boy knight, and Lotan.
I love the kind of woman that will actually just kill me.
Of course, they're fighting happily and haven't noticed all the grotesque creatures appearing around us. Once we manage to calm down the children, Doll leads us to the Black Pool, where we get a free audience with Tawil, one of the 3 founders of Mythag. Oh, by the way, she's an eldritch god that has been waiting for me and decided to bring me to her. Forcefully. Unfortunately for Tawil, I'm quite familiar with the Persona series, so fighting a god is an average Tuesday. I beat her, she leaves me with cryptic words, and so ends the tutorial. And we get our first pull. Now let's see what we got. Oh, I think Feint is a good unit, but she's only played in full Caro team. Reroll. Damn, I can't believe I got a Winkle first try, one of the best standard Ultra units. I'm immediately forced into the next arc, where this guy sends me, Ramona and Ogier to investigate one of the worst places ever, London. Lotan couldn't be bothered, and honestly I don't blame her. The mission is to find out what happened to investigator Sean Anderson, who suddenly disappeared. We reluctantly proceed, and immediately upon entering the city, we get mugged. Ramona even comments how that is a common Londoner greeting. Okay, surely this isn't real, let's just ask my British friend. Oh. I mean, I guess we'll have to make do. It sucks that we lost the wallet, but wait, what? We, extremely strong and trained superhumans with powerful abilities, start beating up children in the middle of the street. So I don't know if this is a mistranslation, but why is this guy named King of Kids? Are the kids under a monarchy? It doesn't matter. I'll take this chance to explain the basic mechanics while we beat up some children. We draw from a deck of cards which is initially filled by 4 different cards per character. Every character having a basic strike and defense, and 2 skill cards that are unique to them. Each card has a cost that we must pay in Arithmetica, which is basically our mana that you can see right here. Each card gives Aliamus to the unit it belongs to, which is the energy that fills the little circle in the top left. Once an Awakener's Aliamus is full, they can release their Exalt, which is basically a special ultimate that every character has. Every card also generates key flares which can fuel my ultimate called Posse. The top bar is for relics, items that can be bought in shops and can provide good buffs. That's basically it for now. Unfortunately, we still can't find the wallet, but instead we meet this mysterious girl. I don't have time for what she's trying to sell me, so I just ignore her. Except she takes it personally and whispers we will meet again. And oh yes, believe me, we will. We move into the house that we have to investigate and suddenly... a girl in bikini. Yes, because events give a ton of resources and I'm not gonna give those up. And yeah, apparently every gacha game needs a summer event. I guess even eldritch monsters want to see people with little clothes on. Okay, I got some resources, let's get back. We are undercover as some rich sponsor of the Workhouse. We meet Aegis, a shy little girl, and then we switch to the POV of Jenkins, the thief who stole our wallet. She's infiltrated the place ahead of us and she finds a list of people, each with a price assigned next to them, and an ID of someone named Sean Anderson. Oh, thank God, I thought it was Sean Anderson for a moment. She also finds a secret entry to the basement, but none of her keys work, so she throws a piece of paper asking to meet with us if we want the wallet back. We agree and we learn that this small girl and her mouse named Brown are professional thieves. Ramona bullshits some Sherlock Holmes reasoning out of nowhere, and we find out Jenkin is looking for her sister, who also went missing. Working with a thief is not the smartest of choices, but we kinda want the wallet back, so we agree to cooperate. There's just a small problem. Jenkins has started forgetting her sister's appearance. This is because of dissolution, a mysterious disease that slowly erases someone from the world, even taking away people's memories. Investigating dissolution is the reason Mythag was created, so this is right in our job requirements. But first, it's finally time to start pulling. Here's where I officially begin this challenge run, if you can call it that. For now I have 3 rules. 1. I will stay 100% free to play. 2. On the standard banner I must only pull Ultra. And 3. As long as it's possible, every piece of content must be completed with at least 1 Ultra unit in the team. I left rule 3 a bit vague because of D-Tide, but it's no problem, we won't have to worry about it for a very long time. My first 5 pulls didn't give me anything, but I do 5 more and I see this. Yep, it's the little thief that we just met. That gives me some reassurance for the future. Then I instantly move on to the rerun banner. Horla, the ghost girl you see here, is probably the #1 best character for this challenge. Not only is she a great support, best in her realm, she's also one of the most free-to-play units in the game. This is because she doesn't need any dupes, which, coming from other gachas, might sound like a normal thing, but in this game, trust me, it means so much. And so I pulled, hoping for some luck. And give me Horla. It's Tinct. Well, this sucks. I got a standard character. At least it's another Ultra unit. Let's check the spreadsheet to see what her strengths are. Oh. Of course it's like that. This is gonna happen a lot, isn't it? After finding out I'm on my own, I place the units in the team and add Ogier because I think people consider him the best SR unit. We try to go to the medical ward, but Aegis stops us. And then we find out she hears voices. Me too, little girl. They get louder when I'm near the pull banner.
Never fucking pull Ultra Banner. Fucking put a gun in your mouth and blow your brains out.
We get attacked by a sick man, and suddenly I realize something. I have no clue how to play Ultra. All I know is that when my cards fill this bar, I get an extra turn. Thankfully, Rat Girl is extremely straightforward and easy to play, so I can still get by with just their high damage numbers. After beating up the sick worker, we find another sponsor for this place. This guy, who looks like the most suspicious person on the planet. He literally carries around a creepy doll. But unfortunately, we just can't prove it's him. Shortly after, we get ambushed by Jenkin being controlled by something. But we have the better rats, so we win. The girl who wanted to sell us something just casually happens to wander there. And we find out she's a psychologist, so this is very suspicious. We try to question her, but she uses some magic stuff to make us weak and cheerfully escapes. So she's an awakener. Interesting. We go to the basement to investigate more. In the meantime, Ogier saves Aegis from being taken away by these doctors for a checkup. And then this woman, the matron of the Workhouse, even dares get mad at Aegis because she didn't want to be forced into their shady checkup. Back to us, we enter the basement and find this. Look, I don't judge, but this is not exactly what I would call exciting for a secret dungeon. But that's fine, because she would. Concerned, we ask what the fuck she's doing, and she introduces herself as Sanga. Oh, trust me, I know who you are. I keep getting your dupes on my main account, and believe me people, I even like playing her, but she needs a fuck ton of copies before being good, and I'm in a desperate need of a decent team. She shows me a vision with a bunch of water, which means she's from the Equor realm, which apparently also means she couldn't have been the one to do this, because manipulating flesh is a power from the Caro realm. Once we call this out, she says it's fun to talk to smart people, and apparently I fold to the simplest of compliments because we instantly believe her. Like, seriously, she could have done this by hand. Just kill a bunch of people and pour wax on them. You risk damaging the bodies, I'm sure you can kill them without too much damage, you're a fucking awakener. And even if you couldn't, these are sick patients from the medical ward. I'm sure you'd have no problem preventing them from escaping. And that's not all. Even assuming you didn't do this, like, you could still be an accomplice. It's okay, at least we're not letting her go. In the middle of all this, the woman in charge of the workhouse also finds us in the basement and almost dies of shock upon entering, because apparently she actually didn't know what was going on. Like, seriously, you see, people like this bring away a lot of your workers regularly, even some of the children, many of them never returning, and you don't suspect anything? Look, I get that they were sick and they could have died, but like, woman, you gotta at least have some sense of suspicion. Okay, I might have gone a little too hard on her, because she literally turns into a monster. I don't regret it. I stand by what I said. We managed to subdue her, and Aegis decides to share her side of the story. It turns out that the suspicious doctors were actually not doctors at all, and they were just using people for experiments. How shocking. During one, they switched one of Aegis' eyes, putting the consciousness of the man we were looking for inside her mind, as well as an evil voice trying to control her. She rushes to a clock tower out of guilt, probably to take her own life. And why is this suddenly so sad? I literally didn't sign up for this, what the fuck? We rush to stop her, but she transforms into a monster, becoming the final boss of the first chapter. I use Jenkin's Rouse, which is basically a special card you can buy to power up your units. Then proceed with my usual strategy. Try to defend as much as I can, while dealing small cheap damage, until I can get a burst turn where I spam Jenkin's cards. I set up some defense and go into the ultra turn. Here I misplay the order and buff after using a skill. But it's fine, this boss is forgiving, right? I accumulate all buffs and use Jenkin's Exalt to bring 3 0-cost damaging cards into the hand. I also use my own ult for maximum buffs, but it's barely helping. Only half health remaining. Good, but this unfortunately is not a great turn, as I don't have enough shields. I have to tank some damage, but I use Mice Assembly to add Swarm Impact into the deck, Jenkin's strongest damaging card. Here it is. However, I don't have any buff right now, so I should not have used it, as this card has a special attribute called Retain, which means it won't disappear at the end of the turn. Unfortunately, I am stupid, so I end up with barely any defense against this 52 attack. This will hurt. This hand has a lot of insight cards, which is great because it gives us free Arithmetica and draws. I use these ones, which are specifically powered up to give Aliemus to Jenkins and Winkle. I try to free up my hand as much as possible to make room for Jenkin's Exalt, but unfortunately, I'm still forced to lose one of the 3 cards. Fast forward a few turns and my HP reaches 0. Or it should have, but I activate Death Resistance, which is basically like Sturdy in Pokemon. It gives me chance to survive an attack with 1 HP, but the chance to proc it gets halved with every use. I increase this chance over 100% with wheels, which are basically the weapons the characters can equip, giving specific stats and effects. Thankfully that one turn was enough, and I managed to kill despite Aegis' ability making my cards more expensive. Or not thankfully, because my reward for that win is fucking depression, with a full cinematic scene of Aegis letting go her own life to dissolution out of guilt for everything. Despite the text bugging out and ruining the moment a bit, this chapter's ending still hits a lot. And this is unfair, how dare you devs make me feel bad for a character I've met in only 1 chapter. So the investigation ends like this. We take in both Sanga and the monster that was once the matron to Mythag with us. But unfortunately, the true culprits have already escaped. This is basically the end for now. Not much has been done, but I really needed to give a proper introduction. Also, here's my account code if you wanna give me the doll skin and support Trash's journey with pools. I posted my main on Reddit, but everyone ignored it, so here's that too.